Good evening, everyone. The Overlord here again. Well, we've now reached the biggest problem in the next generation console war. Essentially the backbone of it all. The fanboys and bashers. Yep, the whole reason behind this retarded console war. Now, I can't stand fanboys at all. In fact, I tend to refer to fanboys and fangirls, let's not be sexist here, as fan trolls, and if you watched my rant on spammers and trolls, you probably now understand how much I despise them. They are often the main reason you can't express an opinion about something on the internet without being laughed at or attacked for what you believe in. This is especially true in the stupid console war. Each console has its own group of fan trolls who are willing to come to the precious console's aid if anyone were to give any kind of criticism against it, even if the criticism is fair and true, while simultaneously trying to find ways to bash any and all other consoles that are competing against their console. Some are willing to go as far as state that any other console outside of their console are the worst consoles ever made, excluding, of course, their console's predecessors. Any true gamer, however, will take one look at comments like these and automatically tune them out, because these types of comments are untrue for so many reasons. To me, and mostly anyone else, the most annoying fan trolls in this stupid console war are the Sony PS3 fanboys. If I had to describe them, I'd say that they are the perfect example of what it means to be a lifeless poser with the personality range of a grain of salt. Many of these accidental bursts are willing to hop on the IB gangsta wagon without a second thought and dedicate their lives to making rap songs about the PS3 and Sony, busting rhymes about how the PS3 be so bitchin' and elite and how all other console franchises, especially the Nintendo's Wii, sucks major ass, dog. Oh dear God, I think I lost some brain cells doing that. Now, I could go after the obvious definition of a console fanboy by digging the infamous Chad Warden out of his closed or suspended account and bash on him for several minutes, but I'm not going after him. Why should I when his account is no longer active? Although, I guess I could go after the fact that he pretty much popularized the trend followed by many Sony fanboys, that apparently owning a PS3 automatically makes women want to get in bed with you, and that you're automatically a gangster. This is perhaps the most annoying trend I've seen from any group of fan trolls outside the Narutards having spelling and grammar that would give someone with an English major a heart attack. I guess I shouldn't call the whole gangster trend annoying. I actually find it pretty damn funny, mainly because I can just picture these guys trying to actually act gangster in front of people with actual street cred. Yeah, you go along, little Sony gangster, and try to mingle with the Crips and Bloods. Tell me how that goes if you ever make it back to your computer in one piece. Now I wouldn't be much of a critic about these fan trolls unless I actually give you guys real examples of annoying PS3 fanboys. Well, it wasn't an easy choice since there are so many to choose from, but I'd like to thank Phase 1 of P for pointing out a select few that are worthy of considerable recognition. The ones that I shall bring up pretty much sum up how annoying and biased the Sony fanatics can get. I'm sure some of you have heard of ex-god of GTA 3X. At first, I honestly didn't think much of this user. After all, he only looks to be around the age of 12 or 13, but after watching his videos, I decided to forego the age issue. He is a prime example of what it means to be an annoying fanboy, with videos which are pretty much pro-Sony up the ass while being completely biased towards Nintendo gaming consoles. You think I'm joking? Well then, just take a look at this. Just to warn you though, it might be hard to hear him at times thanks to the fact that this kid doesn't know how to use a mic for some reason.
You know, there's some really horrible Nintendo fanboys on the computer, but there are also some really amazing Sony fanboys, and what happens when the two come together, Nintendo fanboy, Sony fanboys are coming together, Sony fanboy smushes that Nintendo fanboy like a bug. Join me in Strawberry Clock for this anti-weed rally we're trying to do on YouTube. So feel free to join me for the anti-Wii rally.
You saw it, you heard it. This kid actually tried to stage an anti-Wii rally. Do I even have to go into detail about how fucking retarded that is? For crying out loud! Why would you want to stage an anti-rally for a gaming console? Now I can see people staging anti-rallies for abortion, war, and stuff along those lines. But not for a gaming console. Does this kid have any idea how stupid he looks? Think before you do something like this, kid. If you don't like the console, then don't buy it. It's not like you're being forced to play it. And it's not just the Wii either. No, this kid even went to the trouble of proving that the PSP kicks the DS's ass. Please watch.
On a DS, that's about the only good thing on a DS is the touch screen. Gets boring after a while. But with the PSP's analog stick, never get bored. So, and the amount of fun you have on the PSP compared to what you would have on a DS, PSP wins.
What the hell did he just say? Seriously, I couldn't understand anything near the end. And kid, what you just said is completely opinionated. To you, the touchscreen may get boring quickly, but many others may find it a lot of fun. And I have heard many people complain about the analog stick on the PSP, saying that it's loose and unresponsive at times. My point is, don't state opinions as if they're facts. Oh, and listen about the games that he mentions for the PSP.
And games. Come on, be serious. DS fanboys are still stuck with Mario. We've moved on. Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories, automatically amazing. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City Stories, automatically amazing. And every other title out there except, I don't know, some of the big titles, automatically amazing. Yeah, so PSP seems to be the more innovative one, or one that is more suitable for everybody, for all ages, other than just 6-year-old kids.
Is it just me, or does he seem a little too young to be playing these types of games? It is pretty clear to me that you're just picking games that you feel are great and ignoring games that suck. Not every game on the PSP is automatically considered great. The same goes for any system out there. You're just proving yourself as a stereotypical fanboy and not a gamer. Also, the games you just mentioned are not suitable for everyone. They are suitable for mature gamers only. Alright, you can see that this kid is clearly a Sony fanboy through and through. So I'll only show you one last clip that really proves he has no idea what he's talking about.
And sales, more people are buying the PSP than the DS, so what is that telling you?
The PSP is beating the DS in sales? Kid, as of March 31st, 2008, the DS has sold over 70.6 million units, whereas the PSP has only sold about 37 million units as of June 26, 2008. Do you honestly expect people to believe that more people are buying the PSP when the DS has sold almost twice as many units? In fact, these numbers say to me that you probably didn't even do any research into what you were talking about. As for me, I actually looked up all my information and got my facts straight before preparing this little rant.